This is a Chuki Beat production.
What's good, ISO gang? We back with another video, and in this video I'm about to show y'all boys what I'm gonna call a catfish two-way slashing playmaker. I'll explain why it's a catfish build in one moment. You guys can see all the builds that I currently have made. I made videos on all these: my two-way pass first wing, my point forward. I have a slashing playmaker. I also have a two-way slashing playmaker as well. This catfish two-way slashing playmaker is going to be slightly different than my slashing playmaker, but completely different from my normal two-way slashing playmaker, which is the blue-yellow pot shark. All these builds go hard. Make sure y'all boys drop a like, drop a sub, turn on post notifications, join the ISO gang, and let's get right into the video. So for this build, what I'm going to do is we're going to make it at the shooting guard position because this is going to allow us to get the most badges possible. I go lefty because I'm a lefty IRL, and then for the number, always choose the number 5 because that's my favorite number. After that, for this build, to get the two-way slashing playmaker catfish build, you want to make sure that you go with mostly blue and some green. This is the same pot chart that I use to make my slashing playmaker, but we're going to make this build slightly different to get that two-way slashing playmaker name. The reason why I didn't make my build like this because I already had a two-way slashing playmaker from the blue-yellow pot chart, so I wanted a different name, and that's why I went with the slashing playmaker instead. But this build is gonna go absolutely crazy as well. For your physical profile, I always choose the speed chart. Now let me show you guys how I would set up my attributes for this build. Alright, so look, this is how I set up my attributes for this build. Look at all those badges. This build is extremely balanced. It's it's probably the best ISO build on NBA 2K22 because with this build you can literally do everything. So yeah, man. For the body shape, whenever I made my slashing playmaker, I believe I went defawn just because I wanted to try it out. But you can use any body shape that you want. Most of the time, I usually go with compact. For the height, this is key, and it really depends on how you're gonna make your build. The way that I would make this build is I would go 6'3". I would put the weight all the way down, and then we would up it just so we get some extra strength, but we don't lose our speed. For the wingspan, to get the two-way slashing playmaker name, what you have to do is max out the wingspan completely. Now, the reason why I would make it like this is because you guys know me, I like to be able to do all the glitchy drill moves. You need an 85 ball handle to be able to do the crisp ball nutmeg drill move, which is essential to a lot of the glitchy combos that I be doing. So I would max out the wingspan and go 6'3", because at 99 overall we would have an 85 ball control off rip. Also at 99 overall you're gonna get contact dunks, and then your 3 ball is gonna go crazy as well. So yeah, man, that's what I would do. And then you guys can see that you can go with any take that you want. Now the reason why I would call this a catfish two-way slashing playmaker is because look at your 3 ball. Especially once you get that +4 at 99 overall, you're gonna have a 79 3. If you make it this way, this build is gonna be able to spark up. Plus all your gold shooting badges this build is going to be able to spark up from 3. Now, I've noticed that whenever I play on my two-way slashing playmaker, the blue-yellow with a 65-3, most of the time the defender is going to sag off and hope that I miss. And shooting ever since Season 2 has been kind of inconsistent. But if you go with this Catfish two-way slashing playmaker build, the defender is going to see that name. They're automatically going to think you have a low 3 ball and can't shoot. But once they sag off on this build, you're going to be able to spark up and hit extremely consistent from anywhere. So yeah, man, that's why I call this my Catfish two-way slashing playmaker. And then, like I said, for the takeover, you can go with whatever you want. I went with slashing on mine, but like I said, you can do whatever you want to do. And then you guys can see this comes out as a two-way slashing playmaker. So yeah, man, Catfish build for sure. Whenever I made my version of this build, I went with a slashing playmaker, and all I did is I went 6'4", and then I went 2 under max wingspan, and that changed it from a two-way slashing playmaker to a normal slashing playmaker, and I still got my 85 ball control at 99 overall. Now, another way that you can make this build is instead of 6'3", you could go 6'4", and then you can put the weight all the way down like we did before. And then you can up it just so you get that extra strength. But you could go 6'4", and then you could also go max wingspan as well. This will also give you the two-way slashing playmaker name. The reason why I wouldn't go this way is because I want that 85 ball control at 99 overall. But if you don't care about that, this will give you an extra inch of height, which may help your defense. So you can go this way as well. It's completely up to you. But I like the 6'3" longest wingspan version as well. You can even get block takeover on this build, like I said. And yeah, man, this will also come out as a two-way slashing playmaker. My slashing playmaker build is on the channel if you want to check out that version. Both go crazy. But yeah, man, this is my Catfish build because once they sag off, you can be able to spark up extremely consistent with your high 3 ball and all those 16 shooting badges. So yeah, man, this build is going to go crazy, especially once you get to 99 overall. It's been your boy JR. That's all I have on the day. I'm out. Peace.